Sorry if my voice sounds a bit cooked. That's because it is, because I have probably had... Hey, my phone's still a little like that. I've probably had the cold of the freaking century over the past 3 weeks at this point. I have no idea when it's gonna fully let up, but my voice is cooked. My nose is still running. Eventually, I might have to run over and get that tissue box. But in the meantime, I guess let's just look at this because this is a car. It's not the car that I've been waiting for the most. Actually, I haven't really waited for this car at all. But it is still cool to have in the game. This is the Itali Classic. I'm surprised we haven't had a car like this sooner, honestly. And honestly, I will say it does look very good. Proportions might be a little off. The front end might be a little too long. But it does still look super good. So let's just get all the boring stuff out of the way, and then we can finally look at the customization. I was expecting that sound. But honestly, I'm not expecting too much customization for this, but scrolling through, it does look like we do have a little something. So let's head into the exhaust real quick. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Yeah, my voice in my throat is just absolutely cooked. Pretty much my body is just fighting for its life, kinda. But now the exhaust. What do we have? We have titanium exhaust Mark 1, 2, and 3. I actually gotta hate those. Then street Mark 1, 2, and 3, and whoa! Okay, that's not something I was expecting. I like the stock exhaust the most out of all those options, but we'll come back to that if there's other customization that suits it. Let's see. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Rally lights closed and closed Mark 2, and then open and open Mark 2. Do they want us to do a rally build on this? Let's see what else we have. We have open air, vented open air, vented showcase, vented Grotti GT, and clean. Wow. Some actually really good options, but let's just see what there is and let's see what we want to do. Now, for liveries, we've got side stripe, that in black, a racing stripe, that also in black, Grotti stripe, is that blue or green? I can't tell. And then we have Grotti Racing Classic, Redwood Classic, Grotti Xterra Oil, Globe Oil. Ooh, I love that. Wow, I actually love that. And then a hard stand. I think if we're going to do any livery, we're probably going to rock this one. But let's see what other customization there is, so then we can actually piece together a build. We have stock Mark 1 for mirrors, street Mark 2, okay, and classic. Actually, real quick, I think I am going to throw on these street mirrors, because that does look pretty sick. I think they do want us to do like a rally build or something so far, but a common theme that I have seen with all these cars is they have like boatloads of customization, but none of it really like matches each other. In roll cage, we have inner cage half and inner cage full. As I said, let's see what else there is. We have a roof wing. We can take off the roof. That'll look sick. A roof scoop wide, roof scoop left, center. Oh, I thought we were going to have one on right. But then we have roof scoop twin, scoop GT, and GT Mark II. Wide with wing. So it's basically just like a bunch of scoop options. That's cool. I think we are going to rock. No, let's go back to it. If we have mud flaps. I mean, that's kind of close. So we just have black plastic Mark 1 and 2. 3, which kind of takes away those rivets, and 4 brings the rivets back. Then we have A and B, just without, or I think it's just a primary color. Speaking of which, we should see what the secondary primary color is. Let's see, this is splitters. We have a bolt-on lip 2-piece, a bolt-on lip low, low B, bolt-on lip low 2-piece, low Mark 1, and Mark 2 takes away a canard. So should they be swapped because Mark 1 has 2 canards and Mark 2 has 1 canard? That's wrong thing again. I'm trying to hide the UI. So these play force without spoiler. We have Speedtail. Ooh. Classic spoiler A, and B. Seems like a lot of the A and B options are just cutouts and whatnot. We have C and D and the Grotti GT wing. That is terrible. And now let's see the trunk. We have clean, vented bottom Mark II, which turns it from vent to like a mesh. Then performance, I do like that. Force Mark II and GT vented. I think we're actually gonna rule with this one. And now vents, we have Aero Pocket. Oh, that's cool. Aero Pocket with cover, Aero Pocket split, and Aero Pocket. I think we're gonna roll with that one. But let's actually piece together a build now. I think a rally build will be the coolest on this. So let's go with that livery. For the hood, I feel like that would also look the coolest. Yeah, open air. Then for the grill. Oh, I kind of like how it adds those lights too. Let's actually go with the closed lights. Exhaust. Proto exhaust. I don't like the cutouts on the bottom though, so let's actually do the downturned exhaust. These ones. Hood, we already did that. We already did the grill. Mirrors are fine. Plate we did. I'll come back to the respray. Respray will do a cage, a roof. Let's do the roof wing with the Mark II scoop. The roof scoop GT Mark II with the wing, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Skirts. Let's actually don't go with the skirt option for splitters. I might do bolt-on. I might do the bolt-on lip. Yeah, the bolt-on lip. Spoiler. Let's see what other options we have here. Which one will look best for a rally build? I think maybe Mark II. Yeah, Mark II or Classic Spoiler B. Let's also lift the suspension. We already did our trunk. Our vents. We'll come back to the wheels, but now let's see our respray. I think we're gonna go silver, maybe. Like maybe a darker silver like that. Oh, secondary color kind of looks weird. So I might have to do the same primary and secondary color. But with the color, maybe black will look better. I really don't know what to do for the color. Maybe I should leave it red. Can I do like a rainbow look to it? And my brain is just woozy because I have been down and out for so long. I really just don't know what I'm doing anymore. Like my brain has just basically stopped working. I kind of wanted to go white, but it would take away a lot of the detail though. Maybe we should do silver, but then you can't really see that. I have noticed in recording though that my game looks so weird, and it's all because of my monitor. So I don't really know like what to do in terms of that. I think we'll do ruled steel there, and then we'll also do a ruled steel secondary. Actually, let's go with a black secondary, and I do want to see. Okay, so all that trim is the secondary color. I kind of figured that looks sick actually, so I might buy another one of these because that would look so good. There's definitely a lot of builds we could do with this, and I do actually appreciate that a lot. I don't know, crew mode, but now for the wheels, I think I'm gonna go with not tuner sized wheels. Off-road size doesn't look that good either. My god, I just sound terrible. I've barely been able to talk. But yeah, I guess this is just what you're gonna have to deal with for now. In terms of wheels, I think maybe I do want to keep a 6 or a 5 spoke like that, but I do want to keep that size smaller. So maybe these ones will be the best. So like that would work very well. There was a set of wheels I had in mind, but I guess those actually look really good. I do. And then I'm not a big fan of the black wheels, so maybe we'll do white or alloy. I think we'll go with the alloy, yeah. We'll go custom tires. We already have bulletproof tires. And there we go. Nice, really, really sick rally Ferrari. Like, I'm surprised that they actually I'm surprised that GTA lets us do this. And I guess because Ferrari won't. Okay, wow, acceleration is pretty sluggish. Jeez, whoa, okay. Acceleration is pretty damn sluggish, but that is a thing with the other cars in this update. It is also kind of a boat. I guess if I did do a suspension option, then it would have fixed that. But I do kind of want to keep the softer suspension. Is there a, LS Taxer? I guess there wasn't. But I will say, I do really like the look of this, and the customization for this is definitely really unique. Also, I got it, like, can we just address the elephant in the room? Can we address the pop-up headlights? Like, anytime we get a car with pop-up headlights, it's sick. Even the Australia, like, those were probably some of the most unique pop-ups put on any car, really. The Porsche 928/964. Was it the 964 or was it the 968? I forget, my brain is woozy. Definitely has one of the most unique pop-ups. But I'm trying to find us a rally trail so we can actually test this thing off-road. I'm assuming this thing isn't gonna be that good, but it does look so good. Handling is actually pretty mediocre. It's kind of hard to tell with the handling, really. Because, like, depending on what kind of turn you're taking, it's pretty good or it's pretty terrible. I do like the sound of it, though. It kind of sounds a little bit like it's supercharged in a way. Like, that whine is super cool. That might be the turbo, but I think you can already hear, like, the rest of the turbo spool, so... But yeah, this thing, it is super sick. The customization is super, super, super nice. Like, I was definitely, like, from the exhaust, I was expecting some Cyberpunk parts. Then they give us rally parts. Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess, was there ever a Ferrari in Group B Rally? I think there was. Like, this is based off the Ferrari 280 GTO. There might have been a 280 GTO in Group B Rally. Would have been super. I know that someone made a, like a Rally F40. Rally has, like, put, like, some lights and stuff on it. I feel like they could have easily done something, like, if they ever updated the Turismo Classic, that's what I'd love to see. But with this, the customization is super nice, and the only thing I have to say for it is maybe give us a couple more street parts. Like, maybe a diffuser would be cool if you want to do, like, multiple different builds. Maybe give us, like, some, like, rack options over the, what would technically be the hood. The front, actually, I was gonna say it's not really the front, but the rear truck, I would have loved, like, a ski rack or something. Or maybe, like, another different type of rack would have really sold, like, kind of the off-roadiness. But this actually handles really well in the dirt. It's not that, it definitely does have some off-road grip loss and some off-road speed loss, but it can definitely handle itself very, very well in the dirt. Like, I'm kind of just absent-mindedly driving this thing in the dirt, and it is so nice. Definitely pretty slow, but I guess that is to be expected for a Ferrari, you know. Maybe if they did switch on some off-road tires, it would have been a little bit faster. But this itself, with tuner wheels and stuff, this is super nice. I do love this thing. And I guess, like, the initial launch is pretty slow. That's kind of sketchy. But the once you get to higher speeds, then it can really go from a higher speed to an even higher speed, you know? God, I'm just so sick right now, but I want to make a video on this thing so bad. But with the K-Truck, I'm just hoping that comes next week or the week after. I really hope that it is free with GTA Plus, because I am kind of upset that the Champion is this month's GTA Plus car, because they easily could have brought out the K-Tour as well, and I don't think anyone would be upset that that would have been the GTA Plus car. But maybe they do have to make something that's worth more than a shark card and worth more than GTA Plus, so it makes it worth it to get it. Even though I'm not actually going to get the champion because I already have one, I actually got it with an old glitch, and I got it modded too, so. And I can only sell it for 320k, which isn't really worth it. But the suspension is definitely very janky, I will say. If you did lower the suspension, we might actually go do that, because this thing is still pretty raised up. Actually, no, because I do like the softness of the suspension. It does make it very good for rallying. I'm just trying to think. I have to go repair it though, but the suspension, it definitely is pretty soft for a supercar, even if it is from the late 70s / early 80s. It is still pretty jelly. And pretty sketchy at that too. I also do want to see what parts of this we could open. I don't know if because we changed the hood, I mean for the frunk, if we can open it. But I do definitely want to see. It is. I do also find it really nice that we can actually take off the roof, because that is something that I really was expecting for this car, and it works so well. I wonder if this thing was actually in any movies, if you could do any movie builds. So like doors, you can open the front. Wow, that barely opens. Does it look like you can open the hood? I guess if we did take off the wing, or we did switch it, we could take it off. Or maybe if we crash it hard enough, we can knock it off, we can see the engine. But I do want to see, we do have a spare tire up front. That actually looks really, really sick in there. And maybe if we did take off the, I'm trying to think, like maybe the hood option and the grill option, then it would open more. But I'm trying to think what else to say. Oh yeah, we could probably try to knock off the rear hood or change it. We could actually open it and see what engine is inside. I'm assuming it's going to be a 6-cylinder or an 8-cylinder. You could kind of see the engine in there. Might be an 8-cylinder, a transverse 8-cylinder. That's what I'm kind of expecting it to be. But it does kind of, it basically just ripped the sound from another old Ferrari, like that's already in the game. They kind of do that with a couple of the cars, where they just rip the sounds off. I think they did with the GT750. They used the GT500 sound, but it sounds so good that I'm not complaining. But this thing is super cool. I am actually really surprised that of all kind of builds Rockstar want us to do with this, they actually gave us rally parts, which I am not complaining. That is so sick. As I don't really know what to say. This thing is, it does have the base top speed of like all the other cars to this update, 140 miles an hour, I think. Right around then. We're only doing 130 right now, but if we lowered the suspension, maybe we would get a little faster. Oh wait, no, we're doing right around 140 miles an hour, but with a suspension upgrade, we probably would be doing closer to 140, so I'm not complaining though. 130 is a pretty realistic top speed for a rally car, but maybe not like a Ferrari rally car, you know? But this thing is definitely really, really nice, and it's only available to GTA Plus members right now. And with GTA Plus, it is 1.6 million, but I do think that is a pretty decent discount, because I think normally it's actually 2.1 million. For 2.1 million, I don't think it's worth it. For 2.1 million, I don't really think that this thing is exactly worth it. Because that is a little much for a pretty sluggish supercar. I mean, it is sports classics, but still, like, a much better deal is the Sterling GT. I always go back to that because it has HSW and stuff too. It's under $1 million to buy. It sounds so much better, and the HSW is probably still gonna be cheaper. The car and the HSW together is still probably gonna be cheaper than this. So I wouldn't say it's worth it, but I will say it's cool. What was that? Exotic Export, the Emirates. The Emirates for a long time has been one of my favorite cars in the games. I haven't actually driven mine in so long. But yeah, for pretty sluggish off the line, as I was trying to say before I was really interrupted by the recording ending, I would say it's kind of sluggish it's kind of sluggish in the corners, pretty sluggish off the line, but once you get up to higher speeds, it does accelerate pretty well. All in all, I wouldn't say this car is worth it. I wouldn't say it's great to drive, but I will say if you really want it, definitely get it, because you could easily fall in love with this car. I actually might see myself driving this thing a little bit more often if I buy another and do a different build on it, so... I really wish this was a GTA Plus car, though, because this would have been a much better pick than the Champion. But, seriously, this thing, it is so sick. If you're really into this thing, I would say it's definitely a good buy. But if you just want a car to, like, rip around in for 2.1 million when this comes out in a month, I would skip it. I would definitely say skip it.